instead of, what school is the best fit. Lots of times it's what school can I afford.
Students are rethinking college as rising costs, economic uncertainty, and shifting career paths redefine what success looks like.
It's getting really hard in so many ways with inflation, with housing costs, with all the ways that young people are looking out into the future and going, how am I going to have that life that my parents had and they said I was going to get set up for, but now it's starting to look unreachable. And the challenge of it all when they're asking about money is that the financial framework of college, how we pay for college, how college is funded, is absolutely not set up to support students or their families.
Since 2013, college enrollment among high school graduates has steadily declined.
Amid skyrocketing tuition costs for more traditional colleges and fears of job security in white-collar roles, alongside the threat of AI, trade school enrollment is on the rise, with Gen Z leading the charge.
Sometimes students come to a technical education center because traditional school doesn't feel right. The learning process that happens, which is much more kind of sit and get learning, maybe it doesn't feel like it's engaging them in the way that they want to do their education. So we run high school programming that enables students during their predominantly 11th and 12th grade years to come and really lean into practical experiences in technical program areas that allow them to transition hopefully into either medium or even high wage jobs down the road.
I mean, the cost of education isn't getting any cheaper and the aid isn't getting any greater. I also understand it from the college's side of things that it's a business. They've got to be able to keep the lights on. It's hard to wrap your head around how schools can cost $90,000 to $100,000 per year.
For many, the price of higher education is pushing them toward alternatives, trade programs, community colleges closer to home, and flexible online options.
Being online, you don't have the same support that you would do if you're in person with your peers. 4 year, that just wasn't in the cards for me. It was too expensive and I have to do it all on my own.
Without clear guarantees, more students are choosing paths that offer something college can't: immediate return.
I think that college is honestly a waste of money unless you have a reason to be there. Like if you want to be a neurosurgeon or you want to be an accountant, like things like that. But the money right now is in trades, 100%. I was really into like the weird special effects stuff when I was a kid. It's just something I love to do. I was passionate about. It was always like kind of a hobby of mine. And my mom mentioned it to me like before I started looking into colleges. So I was like, that was kind of in the back of my mind when I started thinking about leaving. I was only there for 1 semester. And I was like, okay, why am I spending this much money to go to college when I don't want to do any of this? Even though I loved it, I just knew that I wasn't supposed to be there anymore. Like it wasn't really my thing. So I'm out of beta.
We cover domains in cosmetology, barbering, aesthetics, manicuring, massage, Ayurveda aesthetics, and our instructor training program.
So I'm planning on I'll probably work in a salon for a couple years just to build up my clientele. And then I can start kind of backing down a little bit and be in the salon like 2 or 3 days a week. And then the other days, like if there's a wedding, I can travel to do that and get paid to travel, which is exactly what I want to do. It's kind of an up and down commission sort of job. So when you're a hairstylist, you don't get like a 401k, you don't get any benefits, you don't have healthcare unless you're in like a super, super special like circumstance. That part is not very secure because you have to set aside money for that. As of like my job not being taken over by AI, that's secure. Like no robot is ever gonna be able to do that.
College was once seen as the default path forward. Today, it's one option among many. Students are weighing risk against reward, passion against stability, independence against uncertainty. And for the first time in generations, the question isn't just where to go, but whether to go at all.